I cannot begin to tell you. I'm watching Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning and how the AI is just, they call it the ghost in the machine. We showed you that at I think I'm uploading everything now to Trey Stokes archives. So there'll be extra videos there. And the Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning gives us the Ghost of the Machine is there. So definitely check that out. Um, but this whole OJ Simpson, the orange juice on the cover, and you start looking at everybody they call the GOAT, everything you start running to this date is just Tom Brady birthday. That was the one other item.
According to Wikipedia, Thomas Edward Patrick.
That was the other item I needed to prep. So that was August 3rd, 77. And everything is hitting. And especially now that we know more about the ciphers, the gematria. Everything is hitting more and more frequently. Tom Brady has 589, which is Donald Trump in the Jewish Hebrew gematria, the most biblical, which is how we get the 666. Let's just go over the prep because it is loaded. Start looking at the matrix. It begins with 13.3 in the URL, Revelation 13.3. That's the divine feminine that births the Antichrist, by the way. And it says 2 hours, 16 minutes. So you have your 216. And thank you. So it's got 3 releases and it's 136 in the minutes. Remember, when you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 all the way through 36, you get 666. 36 is also Adam in the Jewish Hebrew gematria. So when you run Keanu Reeves, we'll get to him first. On the days, 45. On the rising day, 47. So again, 45th, 47th president, agenda 47. 45 wearing the hats, 47 on the hats. So Keanu Reeves is that. Then you start getting into the matrix. And what did I see in the matrix? 25 years, 9 months, 1 day. 309 months, 1 day. And then it's 9,408 days. 408 was the total solar eclipse that made the X across America. The 91 is the date. But I don't think there was 9 months, 16 days. There's your, oh, I know what it was. Yeah. The 916 code again is the 9 flipping from the 6 January. Last time there was an election, the upside down 9, which is what that was all about. And when you include both dates, you get your 919, which is the date of the event. 309 months, 19 days, 25 years, 9 months, 19 days. So anyway, that was the matrix on that one. Okay, that's what it was. The other matrix date was 9/11. Okay. 25 years, 9 months, 11 days. So you have 9/11 coded, 309 months, 11 days, 9/11 coded. I knew there was something. And then computers moving very slow, the AI messing with us, which is what I was talking about with this dead reckoning. They're showing you once the Antichrist is dead, the AI will have its reckoning. It will be alive and well, framing people, doing whatever it wants to do whenever it wants to do it. Divine Feminine comes to 138, which comes to Donald Trump, which comes to October 2nd, spelled out. Remember, the Divine Feminine is what births the Antichrist. Bosom Buddies, Tom Hanks, came out November 27th, 1980. When you run it to the rising day and include both dates, 16,1117 for the Bible verse of the beast rising from the pit on the day he would rise from the pit. Spiritually, it's a spiritual rising. It's not literally climbing out of a pit. The abyss is open. It's 44 years, 1 month, 16 days. You have your 116, which is backwards, upside down on 11, which is what they gave us in Back to the Future. 386 begins the hours, fused with 68, which is Donald Trump and Antichrist in the reverse reduction, or one of them. But we showed you that the other day, that 68 is Donald Trump and it's Antichrist in the same cipher. So Bosom Buddies was a direct hit, March 27th, 82. I don't usually run the ending date, but we can, March 27th. Um, 2233 weeks even. But if you run it to the event, well, it's 513 months, 13 days. So you have your 313, and it's 2,232 weeks. 232 is Satan in the Jewish Hebrew gematria. So Tom Hanks and O.J. Simpson are both opposite January 9th with their July 9th, which is 7-9, which is murder and symbol gematria. So that's a big deal. So you got this Capricorn 1, Capricorn the goat. The movie, of course, 6.8 or 68 for Antichrist, for Donald Trump. And Capricorn 1 had 2 dates, December 10th and June 2nd. The December 10th date is one thing, 17,197. So you got your 19, but the second date, the June 2nd date, which was the United States release date, not the Japan premiere, you get your 726 Antichrist in English gematria, which is 6 times English ordinal. 17,026, drop 0, 1726, 726 is Antichrist. And you have that on the rising day, Capricorn 1. When he is the Capricorn 1, when he is the goat, Capricorn is the sea goat. Next up, Conor McGregor has always been the poster child for Dana White's UFC, who introduced Donald Trump at the convention. When you run his 7/14/1988 birthday to the rising day, he is the perfect 1, 3, 3, 3, 1. First of all, that's a palindrome. Same number going backwards and forwards. It's also Revelation 13:3 personified. That's just direct smash hit all day, all over the place. John Jones is their goat. Of course, 1980, July 1987. When you run him to the event day, you get your 36. We already told you. You get your 68. We've already told you. So it's 368. So it's 13,689. So it's a 1, 3, 6, 8. 36 fused with 68. So it's 666. It's Antichrist. It's Donald Trump. And the last 2 digits are 89. 89 is in both Donald Trump and Donald J. Trump in the Jewish Hebrew gematria, the most biblical. So John Jones smashing it all over the place there. we'll end this with going through all of OJ Simpson's stuff. But before that, I've got a ton more. William Wallace, August 23rd, 1305. The Great Scott, the one that Trump was talking about on this talk show. So if you go 1305 to August 23rd, that's a long time ago, isn't it? So I don't know how the calendar really works to that, but you do get your 262,741. And the 62, Revelation is 602 in Strong's Concordance. And when you run it to the rising day and include both dates, you get your 262, 744. 44 represents the 404 verses of Revelation. And you also have the 62, which is the 600. In Revelation is G602. Drop the 0 at 62. It's also 8632 months and 20 days. So you have your 322 code, 86 followed by 322 for William Wallace. I've got three more tabs that are prepped. Saturday Night Live began October 11th, 1975. 179, 88 days. 79 is murder, 88 is Trump. That's to the murder date, by the way. 17,988 days. 179, 88. 79 is murder, 88 is Trump in simple gematria. It's saying one murder Trump. Saturday Night Live. Studio 8H. H is the 8th letter, so it's Studio 88. Don't forget, the World Trade Center opened on 4/4, which represents the 404 verses of Revelation. It opened up on April 4th, 1973. When you run it to the rising day, 18,911 days. Don't forget that. That is gigantica. It's got 189 in it, which Donald J. Trump is 189 in the Jewish gematria. 51 years, 9 months, 8 days, 621 months, 8 days. So you have your 98th verse. You got your 98 there. We've never looked at Back to the Future Part 2 much. It came out on the JFK date. It is also minutes 108, which January 8th is the eve. It came out in 1989. URL gives us the 68 right in the middle of it. When you run the date to the rising day and include both dates, you have your 121 Antichrist. 35 years, 1 month, 21 days, 121 Antichrist coded. 421 months, 21 days, 121 Antichrist coded. Twice. It's 1,833 weeks. 18 is 6 plus 6 plus 6. 83 is devil. It's murder. And of course, the 33. Not much longer. I think I've got one more or two more full tabs open. Yeah, so we need to look at KA sorority in Gainesville. KA, K is 1-1, A is 1. So it's giving you the rising date. Their address in Gainesville, Devil's Advocate University. Their address is 1122, which is the JFK assassination date. I'm not going to bring it up, but KA is what it is. Mark Wahlberg was shooter. Shooter, I didn't see a whole lot, but I was like, well, Mark Wahlberg is the shooter. Now, when it came out on 3/23/2007, yeah, it's not much to our date. It's to their event day. Remember his his right ear event? His right ear. Hang on just a quick second. All right, just says it's scanning. So shooter to the right ear event is 6,322 days. So skull and bones, heavily coated, 322. 322 in the days from shooter release date. Because he kept referring to him as the shooter on this interview I was watching. Mark Wahlberg to our date. It's 79 in the weeks, which is murder. 19,000. So you got your 19 in the days. It'd be 19,579 murder on the rising day. Just for giggles, let's run him to, since the movie was a direct hit, let's run him to their right ear event. No, just their movie he wasn't much of a hit there. Okay. All right, next up. Yes. That was a personal cipher that was a smash hit. Wow. Yeah. And what else? Are we done? No. Alicia Vikander. She did a movie called The Light Between Oceans, which was all about the god Janus. And it's the god that sees backwards and forwards. Movie, The Light Between Oceans and the god Janus. So I don't know if they're going to give it to us. Well, the AI spelled Janus wrong. The god Janus. Janus. The 2016 movie, The Light Between Oceans, is set on the fictional Janus Island, named for the twin-faced Roman god Janus. Yes. So that's an extremely big deal. Now, she's born October 3rd, 1988, not like Laura Rutledge, born October 2nd, 1988, who is also propped up. So Alicia Vikander, The Light Between Oceans movie, September 1st. That's 9/1, by the way, which is the opposite of 1/9, our date. September 2nd and November 1st. November 1st is what? 11/1, which is opposite our rising date. So the Light Between Oceans movie sets their dates in Venice and the United Kingdom to mirror Janus reversing style our dates of 1/9 and 1/11, as they are 9/1 and 11/1. And that's impossible. But they did it. When you run the 9/1 to the 1/9 date, you have a palindrome, 8 years, 4 months, 8 days. 848 palindrome. Plain and simple. I'm looking for anything else. Yeah. Not much there. And not much there on the other dates. That's fascinating what they did. When I ran the mirror 9/1/2024, it's 130 days. And you remember that's the amount of days between both my right eye wounds that I documented. One with the paper airplane that flew into my right eye on 12/17/2021. Hilarious story. Yeah. Airplane, right eye. Come on. And I documented it when it happened. We've been tracking that ever since. And then when I had a right eye wound, had the right eye blood right over my right eye when I messed up with the gate and smashed me in my head. And I showed y'all the video immediately. So they're both documented. They were 130 days apart. The 9/1 to the 1/9 is 130 days apart. Alicia Vikander, A Light Between Oceans, she also did Ex Machina, which was used in Day of the Dead. Alicia Vikander, Ex Machina, where she was the robot, femme fatale, that outsmarted everybody. Of course. January 21st. So you have your 121 Antichrist right there. That's just with a release date. So 11/1 to 1/11 is 71 days. Okay. Next up, I think we're almost done. Let me check email real quick. Yeah, this is a really big deal. So I was watching ESPN College Game Day, and they had Hamilton for Heisman, which is really he is man. And they even spelled it out. He is man. They're saying like, he's the man. Well, that's what Heisman's all about. Who is man? Satan is now man. So your Heisman trophy, the reason why it's so propped up in this special ceremony, just like the presidents, they represent the Antichrist. All the presidents represent the Antichrist. That's why George Washington, the first one, is as a god at the apotheosis at the Capitol. He's in the clouds as a god. So it's Milton. Now, Milton, of course, the name of Al Pacino, John Milton, Trump's middle name, John Milton. They use Trump's penthouse. So it's Hamilton for he is man. And I'm like, oh, wait a second. There was a president named Hamilton. In the entertainment world, Broadway, Hamilton. Hamilton, the musical. January 20th, 2015. But believe it or not, Milton was born January 11th, our rising day. Milton, John Milton. He's now fused with Satan, who is Al Pacino, John Milton. and the devil's advocate. The Antichrist is the devil's advocate. So they had somebody hold up that poster and they put that on TV for a reason. The AI just tells them what to do. People don't know why they're doing stuff that they do, but they just do it. So anyway, January 20th, 2015. So it's 9/11 fused with 121 Antichrist when you include both dates. 9 years, 11 months, 21 days. 119 months, 21 days. Are you kidding me? If you don't include both dates, it's 9/11/22 to the rising day. It's 36-44 days. We've told you about the 36 and the 44. It's Book of Revelation. It's 666. It's Adam. He's the Black Adam. That's what the movie Black Adam was about. Those are big deals. Chris Rock is named Milton in the movie Amsterdam. He played Milton King. So Milton is the king. Again, Al Pacino. Chris Rock. Upon this rock, Satan builds his church. Jack Reacher. Never Go Back. You see room 109, our date. So we can now finish up. If you want to hang out, we can go through a lot of OJ stuff because I think it could be pretty interesting. Because I think everything's been about OJ Simpson. He began in 1968 in a Dragnet episode. Potential recruit, unaccredited. And it takes a thief, airplane passenger, unaccredited. In Ironside, he was an onlooker, unaccredited. The name of the game, gas chamber prison guard, unaccredited. He didn't get a first named role until Medical Center TV series, Brew Wiley. I don't know if they give you the date of that. No, they're just going to give you Medical Center. So anyway. So the Towering Inferno, I think, would be one that we would want to look at. And the Towering Inferno, Wikipedia. There's your 121 fused with 216. So 121 Antichrist and 216, 6 times 6 times 6, Bond's car tag. That's what December 16th is. It's a 12-16. It is a 1-2-1-6. 121 fused with 216. In 1974. So it's very interesting to me that on the rising day, if you include both dates to the event day, it's 18288, which is 18 to 88 Trump. 18 is 6 plus 6 plus 6. We get it. But if you want to go deeper, if you want to run it to the rising day, it's 18,289. The number 18,289 is the 296 prime number. 2096 is Eve in Strong's Concordance. There it is right there. The 296th prime number is 18289. 2096 is Eve in Strong's Concordance. Eve, Strong's Concordance. The Old Testament, it's 2332. But if you put the New Testament G2096, there it is. 2096. Eve, the first woman. Eve, meaning life, first woman in the scriptures, mother of the entire human family. So when you run that towering inferno to the rising day, you do get that very unique number. Now, I don't know if that's a coincidence and just something my trivia brain just picked up on that's useless, or if that's really a big deal. I remember the Cassandra crossing, the killer affair. There's Capricorn 1. We ran it. But these Naked Gun movies, you're talking about the word gun. The Naked Gun. So there's one. In the Heat of the Night TV series, Naked Gun 2.5. Naked Gun 33 1/3. So let's go over them. You have your 76, 69, 65. You have your backwards upside down 9/11 in the URL. Other than that, not much. Let's go over them in Wikipedia. The Naked Gun from the files, Wikipedia. Yeah, from the files, Police Squad. December 2nd, 88. Well, of course, 88, huh? December 2nd, sorry. Sorry for the dead airspace. Boring. So there, sure enough, you got your 187. Ah. Oh, 187, baby. On the 187 day. Direct smash hit. If you include both dates, you get your 13, 18, 8. Revelation 13, 18 is 666 Bible verse. So if you include both dates, you get your 13, 18 fused with 88 Trump. The weeks are 1883, so you got everything. You got 18, 6 plus 6 plus 6. Alabama always has their 18 on their helmet with ESPN. It's always the 18 helmet. 88's in the weeks. 83 is in the weeks, which is Satan and murder. It's got it all, man. This thing's got it all. Wow. You just knew these would be direct smash hits, didn't you? Next is going to be Naked Gun 2.5. Naked Gun 2.5 Wikipedia. This is why I think we have our date, because everything just seems to work. June 28th, 1991. 1991 again is your 19. It's our date of 1/9 and 9/1, depending on which country you're in. They write it both ways. Most countries write January 9th, 9/1. It came out June 28th, 1991. June 28th, 1991. Well, I'll tell you what's interesting. And you tell me what you think. If you run it to the rising day, 33 years, 6 months, 14 days. That's their number 33. And then Trump's birthday, 6/14. That's really about, oh, and also on the rising day, it switches to 1750 weeks and 1 day. You do get that if you include both dates on the event day. It's a perfect 1750 weeks. What's so interesting about the 175 combination is Revelation 17:5 is when Mystery Babylon the Great is in all capital letters. So that's about all you're getting there. And lastly, we're going to look at, and after that, if we're still having fun, we will look at his final IMDb credit. Since it was all planned out, that would probably make sense too, wouldn't it? ADHD TV with Lou Markin. TV series. He did the Lemon Twist called The Jealous Boyfriend. So he was the jealous boyfriend, which ended up being his role. But that was in 2004. That doesn't make any sense. And then this was 2008. So we're not going to look at that. Before the Nicole Brown incident, he did a TV movie called Frogman. We can look at that. But anyway, Naked Gun 33 1/3, which is all of Mystery Babylon's big numbers and everything. You have your backwards upside down 9/11 in the URL. Naked Gun 33 1/3 Wikipedia. March 18th, 1994. It's 83 minutes, which is Devil and Murder. March 18th, 1994. Oh, March 18th, 1994. What am I looking at? I don't really feel like I'm seeing anything there, which is fine. I don't know. I might be missing something. But anyway, that's it. That is really it. He was in Frogman, which I think came out at the time of Nicole Brown Simpson, Wikipedia. Seems like they were making a big deal. So yeah, she died on June 12th, 94. Well, FAKE Deed. So he had a starring role here. He was John Bullfrog Burke. The URL gives you the 109. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. Gives you the date in the URL. 109/850. That Frogman TV series came out simultaneously. Frogmen TV movie, Wikipedia. So I don't know if Wikipedia has it because this is called Frogmen. Frogmen TV movie. It's just not coming up. So we have to somehow. Do you really need the release date? It doesn't really matter, does it? It gave us the 109 in the URL. It doesn't, it's already made its statement. It's already given us the cipher. It's already given us everything we need. If you want to know the whole story of it, oh, I think they said that's where he got his knife. And his training to kill was from, that's what it was. That he was trained to cut her throat because of his training in Frogman. His last film prior to the death of his wife. OJ's arrest, any plans for producing the series were canceled. So it was a TV series. Produced and filmed in early 94, this made-for-TV movie was never publicly released. Folks, they give you the 109 in the URL. We got our date. All right, love you.